8/13/2019. So I don't know, this like video, whatever, 4, 5. So I'm just gonna say that yesterday they already spent a number of hours doing terroristic street maintenance on G Street and First Street around my block both. And I already seen when we were out there walking, I already seen City Dude Luke driving the scrapey thing down my road again. But we were out walking, but I saw him because we were like down the block, a couple blocks straight on First. And I'm like, God, they're doing it again. So, yeah. I mean, if they do it again today, I'm going to be wondering why the fuck they're not doing the rest of the streets. And also, I noticed that the highway, I was like, what's going on with the highway? Why are they doing the roads and making the roads halfway decent and stuff? And then I thought, oh, because they think I'm going to be gone, dead, driven out, which who the fuck knows? Probably. I mean, I don't have any decent income or anything. And, can't even order a pizza. Can't even pick wild plums. My, you Nazi shitbags. You genetically insecure twats. I mean, I don't blame you for being genetically insecure. You can see that all that inbreeding hasn't done you a whole lot of good. It hasn't been done well. But anyway, but you guys got money, so I'm sure that, over West Side has been doing experiments and they're going to do like little things to make your embryos grow and implant and all this stuff. Oh, we'll go against nature. Earth Mom is saying end that genetic line, and they're like, no, we're going to kill all the productive lines and we're going to reproduce. Yay, I don't care because I think human species is a failure anyways, so carry on. But anyway, better leave me the fuck alone. So, oh yeah, so the terroristic street maintenance. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because out on the highway, usually I'll walk and they'll come in like, uh, there will be breakdowns of the side of the road and I'll like crush it in and it gets narrower and narrower, and then they bring the white line in and it gets narrower. So I noticed that the white line actually got moved back to a normal place and the side of the road got built back up. And I'm sure that it really pisses the saboteur people off. They're like, we just did all that work destroying the highway and now it got built back up. But I also know that the one beer price of two people are business people. I mean, one beer price of two was on the Nice restaurant that copycatted some of my diet stuff that I told them about around here, nutritional stuff. They're like, beef and potatoes. No, this is the way you do it. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, keto, hi this, hi that, and you can't afford it. You can't afford it. We're gonna make it so expensive you can't afford it, and you can't pick it wild, and you can't pick it wild because we're better than you. We're better than you. I'm like, pfft. Yeah, so the better thans do the one beer price of two. And how that works in business looks like you break down your competition. So if you're a farmer at the farmer's market selling plums, you're going to go around and you're going to have the trees sprayed so that no wild plums are going to grow. And no one's going to make any wild plum jam that's going to be better than the jam that you're going to be selling for really fucking expensive at the farmer's market. So the farmer's market goes from a place where like Elizabeth from whatchamacallit comes and sells really high quality vegetables for a really fair price, becomes like the co-op where it's a food boutique where the quality of the fruits and the vegetables goes down to basically a commercial grocery store. The commercial grocery stores get degraded to almost inedible. The food bank is poisoned food that people that are too poor to eat anything else, we don't have no choice but to eat that. And they poison and kill the wild food so that poor people and people that can't afford their boutiques can't get it. So that is the starvation game. Then they won't deliver you a pizza and all this stuff. I mean, it's just a big, disgusting, flipping game. And it's sabotage. So I'm all for capitalism, but I'm for the above board side of capitalism. If you want to have a black market, I mean, I think the black market is fucking stupid. Just legalize shit. Legalize prostitution, legalize meth, legalize heroin, legalize all that stuff. Because then what are people going to do? They're gonna, oh, but you know what? The squatters that run the district court gangs get power from this. So the farm families that are sabotaging all this stuff, own the district court gang, they own the judge, they own the fucking voted in head sheriff, and they run the terrorists. So I mean, that's KKK, and it doesn't matter to me that they're black and white, because the black people frankly got brought in when I was like, I called the Quaker Church dude, and then I was told to call over to the West Side. I'm like, dude, and if you bring people in, I've got an extra place and they can live and they can just help me fix it up. I'll let them live there for free and I'll show them who all the families are. So they brought them in. They're like, they're like, we know who the families are. We work for them. They're the other side of us. So all the inner city gang stuff and the crack stuff and all that stuff, is run by small places like this that don't even show up on Google Maps, that mask their addresses, that they're building these tiny houses and giving them extra numbers. So they're changing the street number names. They're changing the water meter things and all kinds. They just completely unregulated, completely trying to hide and stay hidden like rats, frankly. And so they're high up bigwigs running the whole circuit. That's how I knew who was going to be president and all this stuff, is because I know the owners. The owners know me. Not that all the owners are bad. I mean, some of the owners I think are decent. Some of the owners have helped me out. But honestly, I got to figure that you guys were doing some sort of medical like experiments on me and stuff, because I got interviewed so much. So I have potential. I have the potential to be a really super smart PhD. I also have the potential to be the most amazing, fun gang bitch that you could chase around forever. And I have the potential for this, and and people that like to sacrifice people like to take that potential and they sacrifice that potential, and they do it like their broken glass thing with the nuns. And I noticed that that's one of the videos that got removed from stuff. The other videos I noticed that got taken down off of YouTube are my interview with Deputy Zem and stuff like that, where he doesn't come off looking so big, mighty, and powerful. And I'm like, dude, and I'm talking to him nicely, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to work with you anymore because I think you're a supremacist. I think that was back at, I don't know, the end of 2016, the beginning of 2017. I think it was the beginning of 2017. So that video was uploaded to YouTube. It was like a 17-minute long video too. So I didn't even know about Q then. I just knew I was being chased around by 17 people, but the video came up to be 1743 or something like that, just all by itself. Anyway, that's what's going on this morning. Oh, so out on the highway. So I noticed, and I'm like, and it's not getting broken down right away, and people must be pissed. And then I see these great big machines that I haven't ever seen in here, and since I've been, I don't think ever, in 30 some odd years. And they're rolling around doing whatever to the street, which I imagine is going to eventually roll down to my street, where they've done this excessive amounts of telling me that it's excessively eminent domain shit. But anyway, so then I'm like, are they rolling those big trucks? Because this morning I did see breakdown. There wasn't any breakdown yesterday morning when we walked, but there was breakdown this morning. And in fact, when we walked past Emersonville, we didn't even walk out. We usually walk all the way out to the old Albion Road and then walk back. But Mom wanted to turn around because it was hot. And so we turned around at when the shade ran out, right past that the corner where I took the videos of the raped plum trees. And we turned around there, came back. So it was not even as long as we usually take. We usually take like 45 minutes out there on the road, but we took maybe like 10 or 15. We walked past Emersonville. There's the 4 or 5 or whatever Black Angus maybe, they're fancy black cows. And their gates, their whole fence is shut. Then we take some videos, walk, we're maybe out there on the road 15 minutes, come back, the whole fence is pulled open, like, I mean, wider than the whole like inset of my trailer, and the cows are just standing there. But if they would have got out, they would have got hit, and then it would have been like sabotage blamed on me, because I have a feeling that there was just vast amounts of chaos that followed around behind me, because frankly, when I stopped going places and being pushed and being run like a cow in front of the cow dogs, or a deer in front of the cow dogs, and I stopped, and then they all came, and they were just chaos all over me, just shit all the time. And I had already wondered, I'm like, God, I wonder how much shit I got blamed for when I was a kid here that I didn't even do. I mean, I did stuff, but I'm like, I'm out there when I'm doing something. I'm like, hey man, I'm fucking doing this. And these guys are like, all sneaky, tell me we'd love to kill and do murder on this one person if we could get away with it. Well, I'm sure obviously they were talking to me. Ha ha ha. So yeah. So yesterday there was no sabotage on the roads, and today there is. So that's how you can tell that it's not natural sabotage. They must have brought a big, heavy equipment truck out there to the place where I saw the breakdown of the fresh roadway, and they probably rocked it back and forth, because I've seen drill marks and like jackhammer marks and making potholes. I've seen what's his face? He doesn't drive around here no more. He must have gone somewhere. But he has just frankly a sabotage. So like after a rain, then the streets are wet, then they pause the car, and then you hit the brake and the gas at the same time, spin your wheels, and then it just that fast, there was a 10-inch pothole in a freshly graded road. So yeah, I've watched quite a bit of sabotage, and I was already wondering if these people were following me around behind me, and then I would watch the sabotage that happened. Like if I walk and come back, and then I walk and come back the next day, there's sabotage of the highway. I mean, big sabotage. So when I saw that the roads were getting widened, and there's actually a shoulder, and it's not all crumbled and jackhammered and screwed up, I was like, whoa, what's going on? And then I was like, oh, this is just yesterday. I was like, oh, they're fixing the roads because I'm going to be gone, and the real people will get to have the road, the real Venezuela or whoever the fuck people, that they're playing their Q game thinking that I don't know, one of Maduro's associates. I don't know what the fuck kind of, I mean, I kind of get a guess of how they take their cues, but I don't really care. I mean, that was why I started watching the Q people, is so that I could understand what my crappy neighborhood was doing. Because I was like, oh, this is where they get their instructions. Oh, and this is where all the 17 numbers come from. Oh. So then I started decoding my local neighborhood and my local life. So, yeah, so yesterday we walked and there was no sabotage on the highway, and I actually was questioning it verbally and out loud. And today we walked and there was sabotage, and then right by where there was sabotage done last night, I'm guessing last night, late last night probably, right next door to it, there's cows ready to get out, expensive cows, and I would have just walked right by there and been geolocal to that place. So yeah, very funny. Very disgusting. Very much not impressed. And that's why I think people should be hung. I mean, frankly, I think that when they were like military tribunals, I'm like, fine, that's awesome. If you guys want a military tribunal, yay. Just bring them in and get these people too. But then I didn't realize that these people are literally the people that are doing their extra, we're doing secret military tribunals, and then we're taking them out, and then they won't be on Twitter, and then blah, blah, this, and blah, blah. And it's like, fuck you, that's like child molestation. That's just disgusting. It's disgusting, it's sneaky, it's cowardly. But yeah, I think there should be a series of open military tribunals, and then I think ton ass of people should get hung. I mean, hung in a public way where they like rot from the telephone poles as a good lesson for everybody else that this isn't the way we do business in America anymore, ever.